Namaste and welcome to my channel, Sensationally Balanced. If this is your first time practicing with me, welcome, 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 and thank you for clicking and checking out my video today. If you're a returning yogi, thank you for coming back and practicing with me. Today we'll be practicing a theme of release and let go and really getting into the hips. Just going off of some of my past videos that I've done and that have been viewed the most, it seems like hips are everyone's go-to. So I know we all tend to carry a lot of tension in the hips, and I think that's really related to we're probably doing a lot more sitting than we have in the past, with us being in our COVID pandemic and oh my gosh, I can't think of the word right now, not isolation, but our quarantine. Thank you. And so yeah, just kind of giving some attention to the hips, letting the hips be open. We do a little movement, letting some energy release and just rejuice up the hip joints. And sorry, I'm kind of like in a loss for words today, but one thing I really want to speak into with my videos, I don't do a lot of editing. One thing, I'm not educated yet on doing editing, and I really kind of want my videos to be just all natural. So I might stumble on some of my words, and that's just me. I'm showing up as me, and I hope you totally get me. But anyway, let's get into our practice. Props today, one block, and if you have a blanket, as we will be doing a little bit, some poses on our knees. So if you're on a hardwood floor and you need some extra support underneath the knees, a blanket would be very helpful for you. And let's go ahead and get started. So let's just start in an easy seated pose, Sukasana. You can either sit on a block if that feels better for you and your hips. And we'll just settle down here, sitting into the sits bones. So either having your sits bones sinking into your block or a cushion or right down into the earth. Sitting up nice and tall, resting your hands on your knees or in your thighs. Let's take an inhale through the nose. Exhale, let the shoulders soften. And let's take a cleansing breath, inhaling through the nose all the way to the belly. Fill the belly up front to back, side to side. Open mouth, exhale. Once again, another full inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Coming back to your natural breath. Tuning into your body. Bringing your attention all the way down to the hips, the glutes, the inner thighs. Noticing any gripping going on. Focusing on that release and let go. Slowing your breath down. Breathing through the layers. Take another cleansing breath. Inhale through the nose to the belly. Open mouth, exhale. And slowly opening your eyes. Very nice. And we'll make our way into our first pose. So kind of a half straddle here. I'm going to move my blanket off to the side. Good. So extend that right leg out, and then we'll bring the left heel to the groin. And then using your block, bringing it right to the inside of that right leg or knee. And then we will bring our elbow down to the block or to the cushion, whatever you're using here. Making a fist, resting your head on your fist. You may need to change the height of your block depending on the flexibility in your side body and lower back, or even in the hamstring. So finding where you're finding your edge. So you want to feel a nice deep stretch, but not where the muscles are totally pulling. You want to be able to have some space to breathe into the muscles as we focus on releasing and letting go of any tension in the hamstring as well as in this left hip. And if you'd like to come a little deeper into this pose, we'll extend that left hand out to the side with a thumb up, rotate your thumb down, and then bring that left hand right back behind you. You can tuck your hand into the back of your pants, or maybe you're able to walk your hand all the way over to the right thigh. Let the head be totally heavy and supported on your fist. And let's check in right away with that right quad, hamstring, and kneecap. Notice if any part of your leg is activating. Deactivate the muscles. Now let's take a full inhale to the belly and left side, lower back. As you exhale, let everything soften. You may feel some resistance in the letting go, and that's okay. That's why we hold here a little longer in our yin practice, to allow ourselves to work through the resistance, breathing through the muscles, breathing through the tissues, breathing through anything that's held or stuck here, and doing our best to let it release and let go with each exhale. Maybe it feels good to kind of reposition your chin so you get a little deeper stretch in the neck. And we'll take about 5 more breaths here. Last breath. Let's take a cleansing inhale and exhale. So this time as you inhale, sending the breath all the way to the left side of your body. Feel the ribs, feel the whole side body expand. And then open mouth, exhale, letting everything go. Good. And then open your eyes. We want to really carefully come out of this pose to support the lower back as well as the neck. So just bring your left hand, if you had it back behind you, back to your left thigh. And then keeping your head where it is, just release your right hand down just enough to let the head kind of hang. And then engage your core slightly. Inhale as you start to come up, keeping the head where it is. And then midway, bring that right palm to that right cheek. And then lift your head all the way back to center. And we'll hold here just for a few breaths, letting all that release that's happening in the left side of the body just melt away. Last breath. Good. Then opening your eyes from here, we'll come into a little counter twist. Just move your block off to the side. You can bring your right foot in, take an inhale to lengthen, and then exhale, we'll twist to the right. So left hand comes to that right knee, right hand comes back behind you. Inhale to lengthen, ground down through the sit bones, and then exhale, gently pull the belly in, and maybe you twist a little deeper to the right. And we'll just take 3 breaths here. Last breath, breathe all the way down to the belly. And then exhale out the mouth and untwist coming forward. Nice. We'll make our way to the other side. So now extending that left leg out, right heel into the groin. Bringing your block or cushion to the inner left leg. And then making your way down onto your elbow, making your fist. Finding what height of your block feels best for you here. Once you settle down, and maybe you want to come a little deeper, so bringing that right hand back behind you, just like we did on the other side. Good. And taking that full inhale to the belly and right side, lower back. Feel the side body expand. Exhale to soften. Releasing any activation in that left leg, any activation in the hips or glutes. Using your breath to allow the muscles to release and let go. Checking in with your jaw as well. Notice if there's any tension or clenching going on here. Finding that position in the chin where you get that sweet stretch in the side of your right side of your neck. Bringing the intention of releasing and letting go, not only just here in your body, but in your mind as well. So any thoughts that may be coming in and distracting you, allowing those thoughts to release and let go, especially if they do not serve your practice in any sort of way. And we'll take 5 more slow breaths here. Last breath, let's take a cleansing inhale and exhale on this side. Good, and then opening your eyes. And just as we did on the other side, coming out of this nice and slow. So releasing that right hand, if it was back behind you, letting that left hand come down. Slowly, slowly coming to rise, and then bringing that left palm to the left cheek to lift ahead all the way back to center. Taking a few breaths here, tuning into any release happening. Last breath. Opening your eyes, moving that block off to the side, and bring that left leg in, and then we'll make our way to our counter twist. So inhale to lengthen, exhale, twisting to the left, right hand to the left knee, left hand right back behind you. Grounding down through your sit bones, inhale to lengthen, exhale, twisting from the waist as you gently pull the belly in. Taking 3 breaths here. Last breath to come out of our twist. Inhale to the belly. And exhale and twist coming forward. Very nice. And from here, we'll make our way onto our hands and knees for a little cat-cow. So this is where you might want to use your blanket if you're on a hard surface, just to support the knees. So coming into our tabletop, shoulders aligned over the wrists. Hips aligned over the knees, knees and feet are hip width distance. Fingers are spread nice and wide. Let's take an inhale to drop the belly, reach the heart forward, send the tailbone up towards the sky and draw the shoulder blades back. And then exhale, coming into your cat, press away from the earth, pull the belly in and up, bringing the chin towards the chest. Good. Let's take 2 more. Inhale, coming forward into your cow. Exhale, coming into cat. Inhale, coming back into your cow. And exhale into cat. And then we'll make our way back into our tabletop, a nice neutral spine. Let's extend that left leg back. So tuck the toes, press through that heel, giving a nice stretch into the calf. Let's just take 2 more breaths here. From here, just lift that left leg up just a bit, and then we're going to bring that left foot all the way over across to the right side. Keeping the toes tucked, you'll press through that heel to extend through the leg, and then lower that left knee down. So now you should feel a nice stretch in that right hip. You can stay here with your arms in this position, or if you'd like to come a little deeper into this stretch. You'll come down to your forearms, nice and slow. And then let the upper body just sink down, getting a little deeper into that right hip. You can always also use the block underneath your head here. Letting the shoulders glide down the back. So just notice if your shoulders are hunched up by your ears. Give some space between your ears and shoulders by gliding the shoulder blades down. And letting go of any tension in your jaw. Releasing any gripping going on in the glutes. We'll just take 7 more breaths here. Nice slow inhales and exhales. Notice also if the thighs are wanting to hug in towards one another to kind of hold this pose. You want to let the legs release. Let the muscles be at ease so we can get deeper into the joints and tissues. Last breath here. Let's take a full inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Good, and carefully coming out of this pose so you don't lose your balance. So just lift your head up and then kind of shift your weight over onto that left forearm. Place that right hand down and then press up yourself up. Good. Extend that left leg, so tucked through the the tucked toes. And then we'll just gently glide that left leg around and then bring it back so the knee is down on the floor. Readjusting yourself, recentering. Good. And we'll make our way to the other side. So extending that right leg, tucking the toes, press through that heel. Nice stretch through that calf muscle. And checking in here with the shoulders. Notice if your shoulders are up by your ears. Glide the shoulders down, creating space. Good. Let's take one more breath here. And from here, we'll reach that left leg up and then shifting it over to the left. Toes are tucked. Press through that heel. Lower that right knee down. And then maybe coming down to the forearms. This puts a little bit less pressure on the wrist if you come down to your forearms. And then again, maybe you use the block for support. Taking a full inhale. Using that exhale to release and let go any gripping. Let's take 7 more breaths here. Last breath, full inhale, full exhale. Good. Lifting your head up, kind of shifting to that right arm, pressing that left hand down, and then coming all the way up. Extending through that right leg, bringing that right leg around, and then bringing that right knee to center. And let's just kind of shift the hip side to side, kind of swaying through the back. Just releasing anything going on here. Good. And from here, kind of just swing the legs over to one side, come to sit down, extend the legs out in front of you. We're going to make our way down onto our backs. So as you come down, bring the knees into your chest and just gently rock side to side, releasing the lower back. And then we'll lower our left foot to the mat. Extend that right leg up. Let's just rotate through the ankle, maybe point and flex the foot. A little love to the calf here and hamstring. And then crossing that right ankle over the left thigh, gently and energetically pushing that right knee away. Flex through the right foot. And then we'll bring that left knee up towards us. So coming into our reclined pigeon, threading that right hand through the opening and either holding on to the top of the knee or shin, or bringing the hands back behind your thigh, whatever feels best for you here. Let that left leg be relaxed. So what we want to focus on here is softening through the hips and the glutes and the belly. And then let the legs get heavy as they fall in towards you. So let's take a full inhale to the belly. Fill the belly up. As you exhale, let the belly soften, let the hips release, and then let the legs just fall in towards you. Also checking in here, you want to make sure that your shoulders are plugged down to the earth. So if you're really tight here and your shoulders are kind of having to pull, you might want to get a belt or a strap, or even just hold here instead. Also checking in with the neck, so notice if your chin is up towards the sky. You want to gently tuck the chin in to elongate through the neck and spine. And another great support here, if this is too much for you, you can bring a block or cushion underneath the head to elevate your head. There's always some modifications or props that you can use here to make this pose work for your body. Letting go of any tension in your jaw. Letting the lower back release with each exhale. We'll take 5 more slow, deep breaths here. Take a cleansing breath. Inhale through the nose. Fill the belly up. Open mouth, exhale. And releasing the hands, lowering that left foot down. And then we'll release that right foot down, making our way to the other side. So extending that left leg up, pointing, flexing through the foot, maybe rotate through the ankle. And then we'll cross that left ankle over the right thigh, gently pressing that left knee away, making your way here into your reclined pigeon. Finding the placement for your hands, which feels best for you and your body. Making sure that that right leg and foot is relaxed, and then just giving a gentle flex in the left foot to support the ankle and knee. Once you settle here into your pose, take that full inhale to the belly. Exhale through the nose, let the belly soften, let the hips release, letting the legs get heavy. You can take as many intentional breaths like that, breathing into the belly, letting everything release. Taking as many as you need, especially if you feel on each exhale that the body releases a little more and a little more. You also can always pause the video and stay in this pose longer if you'd like. One of the beautiful benefits of practicing at home. I'll take 5 more breaths here. Last breath. Taking a cleansing inhale and exhale. And releasing your hands, lowering that right foot down. And releasing your left foot down. And let's extend the legs all the way out, coming into Savasana. Take up as much space as you want here. Let the legs and feet just fall open to the side. Maybe you place your hands on your belly or out to the sides with the palms facing up. Let the shoulders melt down into the earth. Let your head become heavy, sinking down. Let's take a cleansing breath. Inhale through the nose to the belly. Open mouth, exhale. Let's take another cleansing breath. This time, inhale, sending the breath as far down into the body as you can. So maybe all the way down to your toes, to the crown of your head. Open mouth, exhale, letting it all go. Deactivating any part of your body that is still wanting to activate. And bringing our intention of releasing and letting go here into our final pose. Release and let go of any tension in the jaw, in the shoulders, in the neck, any part of your body. And release and let go of any thoughts that are not serving you here. Staying here in your Savasana as long as feels good for you. And thank you for practicing with me today. May you feel this sense of release and let go through your whole entire body. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Namaste.